Now I'm going to do a short teaching on the yellow Vasudhara practice. This yellow Vasudhara practice we will learn later on when I do the long transmission of the Dharani, that it was actually taught by Buddha himself. So it's very special, and of course the sadhana that is translated here is very clearly laid out. Sadhana, as usual, you have refuge and generation of the bodhicitta. So if you do this as a sadhana of Vasudhara, Vasu means wealth, Dhara means the river of wealth. The wealth needs to be continuously available. So this goddess Vasudhara and Jambala and Vaisravana, White Mahakala, these four are very famous wealth deity practice that all the Tibetan Buddhist practices. Vasudhara became very famous in Tibet through the work of Ngorchen Kunga Zangpo, 14th century Sakya monk. There is a 17 deity Vasudhara mandala, and he wrote a very beautiful poem in praise of the 17 deities. And there is a very big tradition in Ngor monastery, which he founded, to do the wealth vases of Vasudhara. And so our sadhana is also composed by the 23rd abbot of the Ngor monastery. And Vasudhara practice is very widespread in Nepal. Of course, all Vajrayana Buddhist practices in Tibet came through Nepal, because Nepal is like the stopover before going to India. And later on, Nepal, Kathmandu Valley itself became the center of Indian masters and Tibetan translators. And the Vasudhara has several sadhanas, short sadhanas written by Amoghavajra, Vajrasana, and of course Parilotsawa. But this sadhana that you have is written by Namkapalzang, Gagana Sri Bhadra, who put his name translated into Sanskrit. He is the 23rd abbot of Ngor monastery. The first abbot of Ngor promoted the practice of honoring Vasudhara. So Vasudhara is very famous as a wealth goddess. In order to do this sadhana, you need to make sure that you take refuge in the triple gem. You don't see the Vasudhara as some other kind of non-Buddhist goddess like Lakshmi of Hinduism, which some people think she is. She's not. That's why you have to take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha to distinguish that. And then you should generate the bodhicitta motivation. You should not do the Vasudhara with the wish to make for wealth. You should wish to attain Buddhahood, and by on the way to attain Buddhahood, you if you attain ultimate Buddhahood, then you may even help sentient beings in their wealth or whatever they need. So the motivation should be Mahayanistic. Otherwise, there's a danger of people confusing this for worldly dharma, worldly kind of material, mundane wealth. Buddha warned the danger of one's possessiveness and greed and attachment to material wealth. He did not speak very highly of the importance of wealth in the Theravada teachings. In the Mahayana teaching, because it is very skillful way, he talks about the importance. So the Dharani says that very clearly. Anyway, you recite the refuge and bodhicitta, and then you instantly generate yourself as Goddess Vasudhara, and then invoke in the space above the Goddess Vasudhara, surrounded by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and then you say Om Vajra Samaja, and then that is invocation gesture, and then you make the offerings Om Vasudhara Saparivara Aragam Pratitsa Soha, and then so with that you offer the drinking water, feet washing water, flowers, incense, lamp, perfume, and food, and music. So you make the 8 offerings, followed by the 7-fold prayers, and then after that you do the meditation on the 4 immeasurables, and that is the preliminary of the sadhana. After that, then you dissolve yourself into emptiness, and out of the state of emptiness, the emptiness is not emptiness of empty of nothing. It's an emptiness of true existence, self. So you do not truly exist. So you have to become empty of self. So from the state of emptiness, there is a pam, because pam is the seed syllable of word Padma. Pa is the consonant, is the 15th vowel. So this vowel and consonant make pam, and then it turns into multicolored lotus flower. And the multicolored lotus flower represents your relative bodhicitta. Then from syllable A, it becomes a moon disk. The moon disk represents, full moon disk represents ultimate bodhicitta. On top of this is a pure golden vam. It shouldn't be bam, and it is written bam here, but it should be vam, V-A-M, because it's a va is the consonant initial of Vasudhara, and is again the 15th vowel, so vam. And then radiate rays of light, make offerings to the Buddhas, and then dispels the poverty and destitution and inequality in the world, and then rays of light absorb back, and it extracts and magnetizes. It says it magnetizes elemental essence. Elemental essence means there are 4 or 5 elements. Yeah, earth elements essence is what? What is vitality? Earth elements, hardness and solidity. And we sometimes lack confidence and firmness in us. So therefore we magnetize the essence of earth element, that stability and hardness. And then the elemental essence of water is fluidity, yeah, fluidity. Often we are very dehydrated. We don't have enough water. Even if we have water, we have water retention disease, swelling and all that. So in order to extract the water vitality, imagine all the big rivers and sea and ocean and lakes and waterfalls in the world. From there we draw all the element of water element. People go to the sea, people go to the beach, people go to the waterfall, and come home happy. Why? Because the energy has been rejuvenated. Their water element has rejuvenated by exposing to a water element. So that's what I mean by extracting, magnetizing elemental essence of water element. So if you have the water element, you become a little bit balanced, Otherwise, without the water, the cement and gravel and sand cannot make concrete, Water element makes all of them concrete. So water balances things. So we need to have balance, being too rigid, too relaxed, and not have to have a balance. So we lack balance, okay, and so extract the water elemental essences. And third is fire element. Fire element matures, like fire cooks food. Likewise, we often don't have enough wisdom, enough maturity in us, enough wisdom, enough maturity inside in us. So it therefore extract the fire element essence from the sun, from the volcanoes, from actual fire and sun, and then imagine that you extract the fire element essence, and then you don't have excessive, kind of upper chest problems, too much heat, a lot of anger is too much fire. So we need to reduce the fire element, and then the fourth is the air element. Air element quality is mobility, oxygen. Yeah, so lots of people got wrong kind of thoughts in the head. They have a problem in the head. That's a wind problem. They have not enough oxygen. They have wrong oxygen. So therefore, we need to extract the movement and mobility of air element from the horizon. So you have to extract the elemental essence of air element. So those are the first four elements. Then the fifth one is space element. Space element is sky, sky element. We often, people who live in city, they feel they want to get out because they don't have enough space. They feel really crammed and crowded. So the space element is very healing for our mind, So therefore the space element is spaciousness, vastness. And so in this way it says that rays of light going out, it brings all the extracts and magnetizes all the five elemental essences of animate, meaning living beings, and inanimate means material world. And then all of them dissolves, and then you become Vasudhara. So Vasudhara is a symbolically manifestation of all harmony of the five elements. And then rest is the iconographical symbolism. You are yellow goddess. Vasudhara means Vasu means wealth. It's same word with Vasubandhu. Vasu means wealth. Dhara means Dhara here in this case not holder, means the stream, the water, river, the river of wealth, And she's yellow in color because yellow is color of abundance and generosity. And you are one face and two hands, and your right hand is in the mudra or gesture of giving supreme enlightenment. And your left hand holding the rice sheaves, which means ear of the grain of the crops, and a very marvelous vase from which pours out many precious gems. You're pouring like a spout of water. You're continuously pouring gems to alleviate the hunger and destitution of the world. And then you're wearing blue silk sleeveless blouse, white shawl, and then multicolored skirt. And you are completely covered in many precious gems, such as earrings, crown, and necklace, and so on. you're sitting in a full lotus posture, surrounded ravishingly beautiful and intimate, meaning she's very. Some people think that Zambala is her husband, sort of her partner, so to speak. So be it. And Lakshmi and other wealth deities. And then you think of your forehead is white Om because you represent Varochana. Your throat red A represent Amitabha. Heart blue Hung represent Akshobhya. So on top of those three syllables, then you have the yellow Vam. Here the Vam is written correctly, yellow syllable Vam. And then you invoke the wisdom beings and goddess Vasudhara wisdom beings surrounded by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and all the Yaksha wealth deities are all invoked. And then you say Om Vajra Samanja, and then Ja Hong Vam Ho, and then they give you empowerment. Rays of light goes out, invoke the 5 Buddhas, and again Om Vajra Samanja. And then you request to give you that empowerment. All the Tathagatas, please bestow the empowerment upon me. And then the Ratna Sambhava led 5 Buddhas appears in the space. And then he pours the water by saying Om Vajribhava Vishinjahung. And saying that, then they pour the holy water on you with the vases, and your neck body become completely filled. It purifies all the defilements. Excess water overflows from your crown, and there appears Nirmanakaya. Nirmanakaya means without ornaments of Ratna Sambhava. A yellow Buddha Ratna Sambhava adorns thumb size. Yeah, thumb size Ratna Sambhava Buddha adorns on top of you. So once you have finished that, then you can pause there and meditate on the appearance of yourself as a divine manifestation, divine pride, and try to hold your mind one-pointedly for a little while before you recite the mantra. And one-pointedly just seeing yourself as a goddess Vasudhara, but nature of light and with a divine pride, and vividly, clearly holding your mind one-pointedly. You can use calm abiding meditation technique to hold the visualization. Then you move on to do the mantra recitation. During that, you visualize on the seed syllable Vam is surrounded by the rotating mantra rosary. Yeah? And then yellow golden rays of light shines from this, offering to the noble ones, and then dispelling and removing the poverty and deprivation of all living beings. You think of all alleviating the sorrow of the world, and then who are consummately endowed with the whatever wealth they wish, all the wealth wishes they need, wealth you are actually giving them power because of the compassion blessings of the Buddhas and the luminous essence, the 5 color rainbows of the 5 elements. All the essence of the 5 elements are extracted and magnetized, and they from animate in any world, they gather into the form of light beams. These dissolve into the seed syllable, into your heart chakra. So with this in mind, it says, the seed syllable in my heart is surrounded by a mantra garland, from which emanate rays of light that make offerings to the noble ones, dispel the suffering of poverty and deprivation of all sentient beings, and then who are all thus filled with whatever wealth they could wish for. And you just imagine all of the wealth sentient beings are made contented by your generosity, all the blessings and power of compassion of the enlightened ones, and the wealth of splendor and the whim of the animate, inanimate world are gathered, and the beams of light which dissolve into seed syllable Vam and the mantras into my heart. And with this in mind, you receive the complete ultimate siddhi of perfect abundance. So with this in mind, you recite the mantra Om Shri Vasudhara Kshetra Swaha. There's 11 syllables, yeah? 11 syllable mantra, at least 108 times or as much as possible. So you should recite the mantra with good concentration, without being too fast, too slow, or dull or distracted. You should recite the mantra with good concentration. And then you conclude the sadhana by making the request, Bhagavati Vasudhara, please bestow on me all the blessed and all living beings, cities of inexhaustible wealth, supreme and ordinary. So meaning ordinary world, worldly wealth as well as enlightenment wealth, and in conformity with Dharma. And so we are not trying to gain wealth not concordant with the Dharma. We want to gain with the Dharmic wealth, holistic wealth. And so with this in mind, you then conclude by radiating rays of light, and then if you visualize the Zambala and the Lakshmi, you visualize them dissolve into you, and then yourself also dissolve in. They all dissolve into you, and you remain post meditation as Vasudhara. You don't dissolve into emptiness. It's a bit. It is for the sake of wealth gods. They don't do the actual dissolving into emptiness here. So you remain as a goddess Vasudharani, and then you mark your forehead with Om, throat with A, and heart with the blue Hung to stay present in that state of goddess Vasudhara. So that's a short explanation of the sadhana, which is fairly explanatory for you to understand. So now I will do the reading transmission, oral transmission of the sadhana, which I just finished going through in English. I will now do the oral transmission into Tibetan. Namo haya lae kedan ludan nujinge drugon dada me kenan da andro gunje dana jizawa tamje kudu dage je dada dadan dro nanga dada nyembe zimje tamje dunu jize jana nyemba da jiye bada ban lama dawa nala je zoba sanya jumden de nala je tamje je nala je pape kene nala je je jemdo jinu lama dan gonje rume nama zona da cha zanya je je nami dage ju jinye labdo je zowa da simje tamje je dunu zoba sanya komando Tejo Pama Nojime Gomdanya Waje, Lensom, the Zemji, Yaran Keji, Lama Nojima, Zavadoka, and Bama, the Jingo Panisu, Zerzamandoja, Dele, Zerja, Lama Nojima, Sanje, the Nusaman, Yoko, and the Yanagombe, the Saman, the Vasudhara, and Sabari, Argam, and Chap, the Padisa, Badichu, Conjo Zumlada, Yaje, Solen, Zumji, Bodajo, Simjetum, there was also Seme, Shigombe. Sonam ji zo zo musumba wa ji do zo no so ji sung ji na wa tam je dong bu jang yi ji ji so nyam bra sha dong be ngan le ban le be na zo be ma da ale de we jing go ji de wa yi se re zo men do de de le ze ro ba ba je sim je tam ji yu bong gi dong a sa pen jo ji de we chen be gong ba la go cho ye nam ji chen la dan te yo tang dang ju ma le bo zu de yong so ji ba ran ni la mo no ji ma gong do so ma sha ji cha ni me ye cho ji cha ye Yun Dewi Nyamada Rinpoche Nazo Chambe Jimbe Der Jimbo Bumba Zambo Nama Tarnazo Tarngombe Shangadan Dangombe Karbo Doyodan Kadona Zobe Meya Namanur Rinpoche Yenam Yemba Shabdo Jikimo Dunga Shuba Shushan Zambala Dan Pachimola Soban Zave Kendo Yitobe Soji Go Yonsu Omgo and Bamo Tugong Lezer Tele Lama Nojim Shusan Shusama Nojim Soji Go Benza Saman Zashive Jen and Zaomba Nizame Bademba Jimbaji Lion took us on Lezer Wangela and Kodjam Benza Sama the Yodam Dangomba was out of Socia or the Wangela and on Benzaba we can hear the Mujango Jimala Jula Maya Leva and Jinjung de Yodium by the Laiko Sana Yasalna Sala Yuring to Samson De Kyon and Devacha Rangi took us on a guitar. Lezer to Bosch Samjin Ubonga Dongasad Dogunjova Puzzle Soba and Demaji Chuya Namji Tuji Chela Nudu Tamjet and Dayo Banjo Tangju Maluba was a number to the Ninga Sawang and the Jeva Lemanguro Tanjoba Oma Shiri Vasun and Dana Sheta Soha Shay Yigichu and Ab Yudu Bola Soviet Union, the Zechin, the Tindu Lam, Jobdema, Data Simyatamia, Shodan Tumo, Choedan, Tumbe, Jorwas, Zimishi, Mudu, Maluva, Zato, Dubedans, Dogan, Zengodan, Nunyan, Rana, Dimitrom, Grandma, Dogongum, She, Judging, Samla, Nelson, Sur, Gavandi, and Yudoda, the Jumandu, and Raji Yamaleva, Salangodan, Betan, Zomago, Yishino, Bosan, and Samjero. So that concludes the oral transmission of the sadhana. Now I'm going to read the oral transmission of the Vasudhara, because this was I'll read the first part of the story to you in English, and then read the Dharani for you. This is a form of like a Dharani is a sutra like. Thus I have heard. At one time, Blessed One was dwelling in Kaushambi, in great forest called Kantaka, together with a great assembly of the 500 monks and a vast assembly of bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, who had the qualities of the Buddhas. At that time, there lived in the city of Great Kaushambi a householder by the name of Suchandra, whose senses were composed and whose mind was at ease. He had many faithful and devoted sons and daughters as well as dependents. Suchandra approached the Blessed One, paid his respect by touching his head on the feet of the Blessed One, and circumambulated Blessed One many 100,000 times. Finally, he sat down on one side. While seated there, Suchandra, the householder, said the following to the Buddha. I would like to ask the Blessed One, Tathagata, the Arhat, complete the perfect Buddha, a question. In the case of Blessed One could afford the time to answer it. The Blessed One then replied to Suchandra, to householder, as follows. Householder, please ask whatever you wish. I shall answer your question and so put your concerns to rest. To these words of the Blessed One, Suchandra the householder responded, Very well, Blessed One, and asked the Blessed One the following. Blessed One, how can a son or daughter of noble family who suffers from poverty free themselves from their poverty? Likewise, if they suffer from disease, how can they free themselves from disease? The Blessed One then understood, and he said to Suchandra the householder, Householder, why do you ask me about poverty? Suchandra the householder replied to the Blessed One, Blessed One, although I am very poor, I have to take care of my sons, daughters, and dependents. Therefore, I would like to request the Blessed One for a Dharma teaching that makes the poor wealthy and restore the ill to good health, and grant us wealth and grand treasures and vaults of treasures, that makes us pleasant, charming, beautiful, and lordly, that attracts patrons without needing to ask, that grants jewels, gold, riches, stores of grain, the vaults of treasure, as well as gems, pearls, diamonds, lapis lazuli, conch shells, crystals, coral, gold, and silver, without needing to search or beg, that render one's partner and dependent stable and secure. This being said, the Blessed One replied to the householder Suchandra, Householder, once upon a time, incalculable eons ago, the Blessed One, Tathagata, the Arhat, the complete perfect Buddha, dwelled in the world with perfect knowledge and with virtuous conduct. This Sugata, knower of the world, leader of those who to be tamed, the unsurpassable teacher of gods, of men, the blessed Buddha was named Vajradhara Sagara Nirgosha. Noble son, it is from this Tathagata that I heard and realized, retained the Vasudara Dharani. I kept it, recited, comprehended it, rejoiced in it, and taught it extensively to others. O noble son, I shall now share it with you. O noble son, through the power of this Dharani, no man will ever harm you. No yaksha will ever harm you. No raksha will ever harm you. No preta will ever harm you. No pishatsa will ever harm you. No bhuta will ever harm you. No kumbandana will harm you. No apasmara will harm you. No ostrakaraka will ever harm you. No kula kataputana will ever harm you. No deva will ever harm you. No asura will ever harm you. No demons, whether they feed on feces, urine, blood, flesh, pus, grease, marrow, snot, effluent, or breath, no spirits who are able to possess you will ever harm you. O noble son or daughter of noble family who takes the Vasudara Dharani and places in their home, takes it to heart, holds it in their hands, renders it a text, listens to it, comprehends it, reads it, memorizes it, rejoices in it, and extensively teach to others, will enjoy lasting benefits and welfare, goodness, advantages, pleasure, and good harvest. Whoever worships the Tathagata and then at midnight recite the Vasudara Dharani 2, 3, 4 times will cause the deities to rejoice. These will bring delight through the teachings of the Tathagata and through contributing to the promulgation of Dharma, the development of Sangha, and bright light to those to teach the Dharma. Noble thoughts will come to them, and a rain of grains will shower down upon them. Namo Vajra Sagara Nirgoshaya Tathagataya Tathagataya Tadyatha Om Ya Om Surupe Badre Badravate Angale Mangale Mangalavate Ale Achale Achala Vale Ugadani Udvedini Sasyavati Dhanavati Srimati Prabhavati Amale Vimale Nirmale Rurume Surupe Surupa Vimale Chale Archanaste Adanaste Vidanaste Vishwakeshi Vishwanishi Angure Mangure Prabhankure Virame Vidame Ririme Didime Dudume Kakame Tatare Tata Tara Vajropame Take Uke Buke Tarake Avartani Vasani Padani Vajradara Sagara Nirgosham Tathagatam Anusamara Smara Sarva Tathagata Satyam Anusmara Dharma Satyam Anusmara Sangha Satyam Anusmara Data Puraya Purani Barani Amale Sumangale Santan Mati Subhamati Mangalabani Mahamati Badravati Prabhavati Suchandramati Agacha Samayam Anusmara Swaha Avaramin Anusmara Swaha Prabhavam Anusmara Swaha Didim Anuswara Swaha Tejam Anuswara Swaha Bijam Anuswara Swaham Hirdam Anuswara Swaham Sarva Sattva Vijayam Anusmara Swaha Om Vasudhara Soha Om Vasushriya Soha Om Shri Vasu Swaha Om Vasu Swaha. Noble son, this is the Vasudara Dharani. Famine, disease, untimely death will be averted through the power of this Dharani mantra. Noble son, whoever worships the Tathagata, the Arhat, the complete, perfect Buddhas, and recite the words of the secret mantra, the Vasudara Dharani, while facing west will reach enlightenment. To explain this in more detail, arrange a mandala in a suitable place such as your own house, another person's house, a clean place, a store, a house, using sandalwood for the Tathagata, Lord Avalokitesha, and all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas and secret mantra deities, and recite the Dharani while facing west. Noble son, the person's house will soon be completely filled with a stream of jewels, grain, gold, silver, and all necessity, and all danger and harm will be brought to an end. Noble son, therefore, hold the Vasudhara Dharani dear. Retain it, memorize it, recite it, teach it, explain it to others as well. These will lead your lasting benefit, welfare, and happiness. Very well, blessed one, said the householder Suchandra upon receiving the Vasudhara Dharani from the blessed one. Pleased, glad, joyful, delighted, happy, and satisfied, the joyous one was Suchandra as he paid homage by touching the feet of the Blessed One to his head. He then said to the Blessed One, Blessed One, now that I have received the ritual of Vasudhara, I'll keep this Dharani in mind, I'll memorize it, I'll recite it, I'll master it, I'll delight in it, and I'll explain it in detail to others as well. At that very moment, Suchandra, the householder's storehouse, became completely full. Suchandra, the householders, circumambulated the Buddha one more blessed one many hundreds of thousands of times, and after touching his feet to the feet of the Blessed One, he left his presence. The Blessed One, the Blessed One then spoke to Venerable Ananda. Ananda, go to Suchandra the householder, one whose home is abundantly filled with all kinds of riches and grains, and whose massive treasury is storehouses are replete with all one could acquire. All these words of the Blessed One, Venerable Ananda went to this great city of Kaushambi, where Suchandra's house was located. Upon reaching the house he entered, he saw it was filled with abundance of riches and grains. Precious gems were abundant, and there was a massive storehouse of all kinds of goods. The treasury likewise was completely filled, pleased, glad, joyful, delighted, happy, satisfied, and joyous. Upon seeing this, he returned to the Blessed One. Venerable Ananda approached the Blessed One. In his amazement, happiness, joy, he said to the Blessed One, Blessed One, why does Suchandra the householder have so much wealth? What is the cause, and what are the circumstances for his treasury and storehouse to be replete with the riches and grains? The Blessed One replied, Ananda, it is because the noble son Suchandra, the householder, has received and chanted the Vasudara Dharani with devotion, great faith, pure motivation. He kept it, recited, mastered it, delighted, and expounded in detail to others as well. Ananda, therefore you too should receive that Vasudhara Dharani. Keep it in mind, recite it, teach it, memorize it, master it, and explain it to others in detail. This will benefit many individuals. It will bring them happiness, it will bring love and compassion to the world, and will bring benefit and happiness to hosts of beings, gods and humans alike. Ananda, I do not see anyone in the world of gods, Maras, Brahmins, humans, or Asuras who would say otherwise about this Vidya mantra. It is impossible not to receive the mantra's benefits, having recited 2 or 3 times. Ananda, secret mantra words of this dharana are indestructible. Ananda, it is clear that these words, when heard, will benefit even those whose roots of virtue have been exhausted. Thus, there is no need to mention the benefit writing them down in a book or memorizing them. Why is this the case? It is because Dharani has been taught by the Tathagata. Dharani mantra has been spoken, explained, honored, revealed, praised, unraveled, clarified, expounded, blessed, and validated by the Dharani seal, commended, sung, declared, and told by the Tathagata for the welfare of sentient beings who live in poverty, suffer from disease, live in fear, and are harmed by the wicked. Venerable Ananda then rose from his seat, with his hands folded, he uttered this praise in verse. Inconceivable is the Buddha, Blessed One. Inconceivable too is the Buddha Dharma. And for those with inconceivable faith in the inconceivable, inconceivable too will bear the results. Tranquil knower of the everything and all, Dharma King, free of aging and death, you, the one who arrived, is at wisdom far shore. Buddha, the hero, to you I pay homage. Venerable Ananda was satisfied, joyful, gladdened, and overjoyed. In his joy and happiness, he said to the Blessed One, Blessed One, what is the name of this form of Dharma? How shall I remember it? The Blessed One replied, Ananda, remember this teaching as question of Suchandra the householder. Remember it as the treasure of wealth and grain and all that is precious. Remember it as the Vasudara Dharani praised by all the Buddhas. When the Blessed One has said thus, Venerable Ananda, the monks, Bodhisattva, Mahasattvas, together with the whole assembly and the world of gods, human beings, Asuras and Gandharvas, rejoice and praise the speech of the Blessed One. So that concludes the Vasudara Dharani. And if people were to just check on the Google Vasudara Dharani, you can download it from the net. And so with this, we have now concluded the empowerment of Vasudhara, the oral transmission of the sadhana, and Vasudhara Dharani. May you all be filled with the abundance of contentment and gratitude in your life, to your mother's kindness, to your parental kindness, to your education, to your job, to your family. Whatever you have, you should rejoice and always thank and offer thanks to each other. And this is the great blessings of receiving this. It will change your mindset about how much you already have, only if you have the wealth of contentment. And then the wealth of contentment will flow into your life day by day. Everything is much more, you have so much. All what you have is more than enough. And then everything and anything that you have all came from others. And look at your body, from your top to toe, your skin, your nose, all look like mothers or fathers. And all the energy that you have came from the food you ate, all the education you learned from your school and professors, you do the job and they pay you, they give you very good income. So everything that you have come from others. So practice contentment. Think like this every day. Then there is a river of joy, river of contentment, and that is really ultimate Vasudhara. But in the meantime, recite the mantra and be a true devotee that Vasudhara is Buddha, Vasudhara is the Dharma, Vasudhara is the Sangha. Vasudhara practice helps you to remember refuge and bodhicitta. So with this in mind, we have concluded. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll do the short dedication of merits. So that dedication of merits. If you know that, then you can say. Otherwise, just imagine you're joining with me. Ocean of here in the Mahayana Dij, whatever merit I have, may all be because ju shri ni wo de as a ma tra ba dra de la wa follow it o de he zam a sha de ge o de mer me de se le bo de je da te ba where has been bo me dengri freely with the generation me the pressure view o em den te ba where no ye dance where has been bo me dengri freely with the